Are you ready to witness a total defensive revolution? Because the blueprint for our secondary has just been completely rewritten. A rookie sensation is already blowing minds at minicamp, shattering every single expectation before he even straps on the pads for training camp. We are talking about a jaw-dropping ascent that could turn a massive free agency gamble into an absolute masterclass. Before we dive deep into this gridiron madness, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow diehard fans, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Think about where this defense was just a few months ago, and ask yourself this: how often do you see a front office willingly let established veterans walk away, completely tearing down the safety position, only to strike absolute gold in the draft? It felt like a massive risk when the decision was made to let guys like Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker pack their bags and leave town. Fans were anxious, the media was skeptical, and the pressure was through the roof. But right now, all that anxiety is turning into pure, unadulterated excitement. The source of this sudden wave of optimism is none other than our spectacular first-round draft pick, the absolute heat-seeking missile out of Oregon, safety Dylan Thiemann. According to Major League insiders who have been tracking every single move at mandatory minicamp, this young man isn't just participating, he is actively taking over. He has been working his way directly into first-team reps while spending his entire spring completely absorbing the complexities of Dennis Allen's defensive scheme. He is soaking up decades' worth of football knowledge from fellow safeties like Kobe Bryant and Elijah Hicks. Seeing him get out there and command respect with the first-team unit during minicamp tells you everything you need to know about his trajectory. It did not take long at all for him to prove he belongs. From the initial rookie minicamp to the organized team activities, and finally to the mandatory sessions, he forced the coaching staff's hand to give him a shot with the starters. Now, nobody is saying the job is just going to be handed to him on a silver platter. He still has to go out there in the heat of the summer and officially earn that starting nod. But when you look at the master plan, it becomes crystal clear why he was brought in to pair up with Kobe Bryant. Sure, when the gates of training camp open up late next month, the coaching staff might throw a bone to the veteran presence and place Elijah Hicks with the starters for the first few sessions. But let us be completely real with each other. If Thiemann is not out there on the field for the very first defensive snap of Week 1, something went drastically wrong. Either he suffered an incredibly unfortunate injury, which we are all knocking on wood to prevent, or his progression completely hit a brick wall, which goes against every single report we have heard all spring. The only other option is that Elijah Hicks somehow puts together the most legendary, earth-shattering training camp of his entire life to hold off the rookie. While Hicks is a fantastic, highly reliable backup and a certified special teams ace, he is simply not the future of this starting defense. Thiemann is destined to lock down this job, even if it takes a couple of weeks of intense summer practices to officially cement his status as the undisputed starter. What makes this kid so uniquely thrilling is his collegiate background. Throughout his college career, he was constantly asked to master entirely different roles depending on the matchup. He lined up over the slot at nickel, he dropped down into the box to stop the run, and he patrolled the deep third as a traditional free safety. That level of multifaceted utility is exactly what modern defensive coordinators crave. Last year, the safety room lacked that fluid athleticism. Look at Brisker, who was an incredible downhill thumper but struggled immensely when asked to backpedal and run with elite pass catchers in space. Now, both of your projected starting safeties possess high-end coverage skills, yet they are still completely fearless when it comes to flying down into the alley to blow up a running play. They can backpedal, they can lock up in single coverage, and they can play the deep ball. It is going to be an absolute joy to watch this unfold. Granted, he is still a rookie, and the NFL is a cruel league. There will inevitably be some mistakes, some miscommunications, and some frustrating growing pains. He isn't going to step onto the field in Week 1 and magically look like a first-team All-Pro. But the ceiling here is astronomically high because of his elite athletic profile and his extensive experience playing in complex collegiate systems. The early returns are glowing, the progress is rapid, and when the squad reports back to the facility next month, expect this kid to solidify his spot with the ones. This brings us to a massive, highly debated question regarding the ultimate output of this revamped secondary. This leads directly into our official question of the day, And I want every single one of you to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Which player is going to lead this defense in interceptions this upcoming season? Let us really stir the pot with this one, because the answers could go in a few wild directions. Would it surprise anyone if it ends up being one of our newly paired safeties? Kobe Bryant has to be considered an incredibly strong favorite given his ball-hawking instincts and overall experience in the system. On the flip side, you have a superstar cornerback like Jalen Johnson, but if we are being completely honest, Johnson has never truly been a high-volume interception machine throughout his career. His single-season career high sits at just 4 picks, and he is coming off a brutal, injury-riddled campaign that disrupted his entire rhythm. Can a healthy Johnson shatter his personal records, or will the rookie Thiemann shock the world and claim the interception crown in year 1? Seriously, get down in the comments right now and let me know exactly who you think is taking home the crown for the most takeaways this year. Now, let us completely shift our focus from the secondary over to the trenches, because a massive national analyst just dropped his annual offensive line rankings, and the respect being shown to our boys up front is absolutely massive. Legendary analyst Warren Sharp has officially ranked our offensive line as the 6th best overall unit in the entire National Football League. Let that sink in for a moment. For nearly a decade, this franchise suffered through an absolute horror show along the offensive line. We could not draft the right guys, we could not find the right free agents, and our quarterbacks were constantly running for their lives. But management finally decided to make serious, heavy investments into the front 5, and that strategy paid off beautifully last year. Now, the national media is expecting this group to be an absolute powerhouse once again. To give you some context on just how elite a number 6 ranking is, let us look at the teams sitting around them in Sharp's top 10. He has Denver sitting at number 1 and Philadelphia at number 2. Those two squads have been the undisputed gold standard for offensive line play over the last several seasons, though our boys were right there knocking on the door last year. Buffalo comes in at number 3, Tampa Bay captures the 4th spot, and the Los Angeles Rams land at number 5. Then, right there at number 6, sits our dominant offensive line, ahead of the San Francisco 49ers at 7, the Los Angeles Chargers at 8, the Seattle Seahawks at 9, and the Atlanta Falcons rounding out the list at number 10. Ranking ahead of a team like the 49ers feels incredibly high, and if the Chargers can actually stay healthy for once, they could easily climb up the board. But sitting comfortably at number 6 is an incredible badge of honor. Of course, maintaining that elite status requires navigating some major off-season changes and injury hurdles. The biggest dark cloud over the unit right now is the health of standout left tackle Ozzie Trapilo. Will this legendary blocking unit officially finish the year as a certified top 5 offensive line in the entire NFL? When this group got fully rolling last year, they were undeniably playing like a top 5 force on the field. If you believe they will smash their way into the top 5, type Y for yes in the comments below. If you think the question marks at center and left tackle will hold them back just a bit, type N for no. Sitting in the top 10 is a fantastic place to be, but if just one of those training camp battles produces a high-level starter, this group has the talent to become the best defensive line in football. The journey is about to get intense, the pads are coming on soon, and the march to the championship starts right here in the trenches.